Salutare, oameni buni, și bine v-am găsit la un nou episod în care Kanye a înnebunit. Și vreau să vă rog să dați like, subscribe și da, îmi vreau să-mi cer scuze că în stânga sus e logo de la CapCut, pentru că CapCut este un gunoi și nu pot să-l scot și trebuie să plătesc. So, da, vă voi lăsa cu clipul acum. Nu se mai oprește. Deci Kanye fucking nu se mai oprește. A făcut albumul fucking Bully, care am ascultat Preacher Man și mi s-a părut destul de ok. S-a certat, a avut beef cu fucking Playboy Carti, pentru că Playboy Carti a făcut un album care s-a pișat pe Bully. S-a pișat pe Bully. Și eu, Kanye, nu i-a prea plăcut chestia asta, pe lângă tot ce-a făcut cu fucking tweet-urile alea care au fost cu painterul fucking austriac și cu soția sa care zice trafic, mă rog, că face traficul, așa, o nebunit rău de tot. Și albumul ăsta, bă, mi se pare un gunoi, în primul rând, din cauza că cine Dumnezeu ascultă muzică pe fucking YouTube, ok? Uneori, legit, mă ascult pe telefon muzică gen pe YouTube. 99% din timp ascult pe Spotify. Când filmez eu clipul ăsta, eu nu am văzut să fie albumul lui Kanye Bully pe fucking Spotify sau pe Apple Music. De ce? What? E pe YouTube și un clip să zici de 44, o oră să zici, în care gen tot albumul, dar nu zice cum ar veni albumul, era așa pentru că nu era versiunea finală, dar eram prea prost ca să înțeleg. Haideți să reacționăm între ghilimele un video. Ok, so avem, după cum puteți vedea clipul aici. O să vă las clipul și în descriere dacă vreți să vedeți cam despre ce e vorba. Pe noi ne interesează de aici.
For that show. Now we're getting to an interesting part of today's video. The long-awaited Kanye x DJ Academics interview has finally dropped, and I'm here to sum up the entire thing for you so you don't have to watch it. And this isn't the only thing left in the video, so just stay watching till the end because there's even more news after this. So first, we finally got an explanation on why Kanye dissed Virgil. Here's a look at that.
Disul cu fucking de-a spus atunci fuck Virgil, adică știu gen povestea că e gen s-a dus în părți separate, dar mi se pare atât de gen de căcat ca tu să spui asta despre unul care a fost cu tine gen la început, chiar și în condiții în care gen, să zicem, rivale și nu și atunci, I mean, what the fuck, eu nu pot să-mi dau seama cum poți să fii o persoană atât de influential și atât de populară să devii ultimul terminat și nu mi-o dați pe aia cu e bipolar, că mai înainte sau acum foarte puțin m-a descoperit că nu era popular și că era autist, ok? Da, dai doar drop la fucking scuza că ești bipolar. What the fuck? I mean, înțeleg probabil că nu e fucking bipolar de destul de mult timp, nu doar fucking POC, îți dai seama că nu ești, sau mă rog, ești diagnosticat că nu mai ești. Părerea mea e cam ciudat, dar probabil că e fucking nebun și a nebunit de tot.
Why say fuck?
Ok, puteți purta ce vreți voi, gen, legit, ce haine vreți voi. Să purtați Nike Tech Free purtați. Chiar dacă e penibil, da? Cine sunt eu să vă zic că nu? Purtați! Mai multe fete pentru mine. O să mor singur sub un pot de pâine. Îmbrăcat ca KKK, care cred că toți știți seria, da? Dar gen opusul, cum ar veni, gen negru. Ok, so să continuăm, I guess.
I think a lot of people feel like, he's not here to defend himself.
Exact.
And I think people are just confused by that. We get the story of how you guys kind of separated and how you feel. But they always say sometimes, when someone passes away, can't be for the dead man. It feels like you still have a little bit of animosity there.
I'm evil.
Da. Da, omul ăla tocmai s-a explicat ceva destul de foarte logic și destul de on point și Kanye răspunde, sunt malefic. It's pissing me off. It's fucking pissing me off. What the fuck? Bro. Ok, nu. Trebuie să bea puțină ardere de portocale. Nu se poate așa ceva.
Kanye is not real, bro. Like, he really just said I'm evil. Like, he's actually Lone Wolf Sigma. Like, I wasn't joking about that. Along with that, Ak also just asked about the relationship with Cardi, and Kanye was claiming that he is a part of the Matrix. And then along with that, when Ty Dolla $ign apologized for what Kanye said, that the labels were threatening to drop his artists and mess with their money. Here's a clip of that.
Amazon this side of it, or you're on that side. Cardi took the blue pill.
Amazon Music.
But he made his name off of the red pill. The Matrix. The red pill is the niggas like Neo. The blue pill are the agents. So now Cardi is an agent.
Okay.
And you will see him like, you see on the joint where somebody touches them and then they become the agent?
Yeah.
That's what happened. They come, them Jewish people come, the record people come, they'll say, they literally called Ty Dolla and said, and this is coercion. That's why these niggas gonna be locked up someday. They'll come to you, they said, Ty, you have to denounce Ye publicly, or we're gonna drop your artist, Leon. We're gonna cancel all your tours. So they on some mob shit. So it's die, nigga. You got what I'm saying? They up here threatening niggas, stopping their money. This is real life shit off of a statement, off of me wearing a motherfucking chain.
Now listen, like, I totally believe this, right? I totally believe that labels influence what an artist says and does, and Kanye is completely right about that. It's all political, right? Like, they have to be politically correct. Well, at least the people giving them money make them be politically correct. But the labels are also basically paying for these albums to be created with advances. When an artist gets money from the label, they're basically just taking a huge loan. They have to pay that money back eventually. So if you didn't know how that works, that's how that works. A lot of artists are kind of puppets in a way, if we want to call them that. But Kanye is still kind of in the wrong here because you're saying all of this crazy shit and expecting no one to react when you're messing with their money. It's honestly just like a big giant circle of bullshit. Kanye also said that Drake was a million times better than Kendrick culturally and that the labels did this on purpose. And I mean, it's pretty obvious as well that labels and media are pushing Kendrick extremely hard. To be honest, me personally, I'm not a huge Kendrick or Drake fan, and I can't believe I'm still talking about Kendrick and Drake and the big 2025. But being in the middle, I could tell you that Kendrick is getting pushed way more than he probably should be, and there's a reason people are getting sick of him. Like when Kanye was everywhere in 2021 with Donda and Donda 2, no one was really sick of him because the art spoke for itself. It was good and everyone loved it because it was real love. And I think this is kind of what Kanye is talking about here. So honestly,
ok, eu nu, gen, albumurile lui Kanye, asta vreau să zic doar pe partea asta. Albumurile lui Kanye sunt fire. Bine, ălea mai vechi. Dar asta e gen ceva ce cred că n-ai cum să dai debate. Gen, albumurile lui Kanye vechi sunt masterpiece. Sunt actually masterpiece. N-ai cum să dai debate la așa ceva. Nu e nici, e un take care e doar fucking real și atât. Mi se pare, n-ai cum să dezbați așa ceva. Mie mi se pare că albumele lui Kanye vechi, nu, părerea mea, poate că unii nu le plac, dar personal, mi se pare că sunt fire. Încă ascult Kanye, albumele vechi, și tot de fiecare dată mi se pare că sunt fucking crazy. Ghost Town,
See, I kind of agree with that too. Kanye also spoke a little bit more about Cardi and Travis, basically revealing that he was supposed to be on Music and Utopia, and that he was taken off both of them without any notice, even though he was used and had a big hand in creating both of those albums. Obviously, if you're a big Kanye fan, you know that Utopia is basically just a scrapped Kanye album, being God's Country. We know that Kanye originally created Telekinesis, which was Future Sounds, replaced by Future and SZA when it was literally his song for Donda. We also found out that Kanye was on Del Resto and even had a snippet leaked of that. Here it is.
Hold on till it falls to the night. How long you gonna take to get dressed this time?
So yeah, just mumble. We'll obviously never know what the finished version of this will sound like, but it would have been really cool to see Kanye on Utopia. That was definitely a feature that was missing there, and same goes for Music, to be honest. Like, I'd so much rather have a Kanye feature on Music than Kendrick. And Kanye actually said it perfectly himself, that it's just like different sectors of rap, and Kendrick isn't in that sector. It's like what I talk about on here is like the Kanye, Cardi, Travis, that whole area of rap. And then you have like the Kendrick, Baby Keem, Doechii, you know, like there's sections.
Știți că Doechii e, mi se pare că e terminat. I mean, n-a spus ceva fucking destul de, nu mai știu, feminist la un moment dat și a fost destul de ciudat pentru că ea părea gen chiar o persoană care, și bineînțeles nu știu povestea, nu prea ascult. Am ascultat o piesă care e cea mai populară doar că ca să văd despre ce e vorba și nu e tare, dar a bubuit doar pentru că a fost pe TikTok. Să fim serioși. Să fim fucking serioși, ok? Piesa aia nu bubuia dacă nu era pe TikTok, ok? Dacă ajunge ceva pe TikTok, o piesă care abia a apărut, poate să fie cea mai groaznică piesă. Nu spun că aia este. Dar va ajunge populară în, I don't know, 2 zile. Poate și mai puțin. Pentru că e fucking TikTok și să faci așa, timp de 4 ore pe zi, pur și simplu doar îi hrănești pe alții. Ca să zic așa, îi hrănești pe alții. Prin faptul că tu fucking doar scroll. Atât. Și ești doar consumator, tu nu produci și tu doar consumi și atât.
Was a 2020 track list as well that apparently exists with a lot of Kanye on it for Utopia. So when that leaks, because I'm sure it will, that will be an insane grail. But yeah, Ye looked very hurt while talking about all of this. He even went on to talk about how he felt about Cardi posting North and tagging Kim. Ye seems sad, he seems broken after all of this stuff, and honestly, it looks like he's starting to feel like the post-nut clarity of all the crazy shit that he said. That's common for someone who's bipolar and having a crash out like this, having to deal with the consequences. And also, Kanye does make a lot of good points, like I said. He just gets them across terribly, and he's done this throughout like his entire career where he's had good points, he just can't like articulate them. And don't even get me started with all these stupid ass Twitter accounts saying that like we dodged a bullet because Kanye wasn't on Utopia. Utopia wouldn't exist without Kanye. If that happened back then in 2021 or 2020, they'd all be glazing. It just shows you all the fake love with these rap creators. But honestly, I don't even consider the people on Twitter like creators. Like they just say whatever gets the most interactions, and it really pisses me off. But yeah, he makes valid points with Cardi and Travis, but he did take it to the extreme and say some crazy things to make his points. And that's where he's wrong. This is why we need a classic from Kanye so we can just shut all these people the fuck up. But Kanye himself also needs to shut the fuck up, so we'll see what happens there. And there is going to be a part 2 of this interview in Japan. Kanye did have to leave for the airport, so hopefully we'll get that soon. I think despite a lot of people not liking Ak, he could give a pretty good interview from Ye. Like, even though he didn't ask about a lot of music in this, we did get a lot of info from this. We just need actual questions being asked instead of letting Ye just go on and on and on yapping without a question. Ak did say the second interview is going to be more focused on music, so that's good. Now, along with the interview, we did find out that the song World War III released on Ye's new Spotify account is real because we did actually get a new music video with it. I'd show it, but wait for it. It's pouring in a KKK rally. Hopefully this...
I'm fucking speechless.
Hopefully this just ends up as one of those things that just happens in Ye's career and just gets deleted later on. It fully drops on this account. The album is low-key cooked though. This only got about 400k streams, which is just not good for Kanye. He's one of the biggest artists in the world. If he dropped actual good shit, it would be performing a lot better. Y'all can cope and say that's good because it's a new account, but it's not. Now, along with that, we also got some new mumble, but it is a new snippet. Here's a look at that.
All you have to say is
Okay, so da.
Everyone's soul, Kanye's Bully is going to be his best album. Kanye's snippet World War III, remember the one where he rhymes Hitler with the hard R, has officially released under a new streaming profile titled Just Ye as a single. Along with that, after staying up for 2 days, Bully is now deleted off of Twitter, DSPs, and more. Along with Kanye X and deleted off of Twitter, DSPs, and more. Along with Kanye X Andrew Tate and the Academics interview. So let's go into everything because there is a lot to talk about today. And before anything, leave a like and subscribe. A ton of you watch but are not subscribed. It takes a second. I know you got it in you, and I know that you've been wanting to do it for a while. Just hit like and subscribe. It takes a second. We're getting closer and closer to 50k by the day. All right, time to talk some Ye. And honestly, here because of copyright. The production actually sounds like really good and finished. This is some peak Ye production right now, which we've seen a lot of this era, but the vocals, we've known this. The snippet has been out for a while, and ever since Ye posted it, it's been everywhere. And this is going to be on an all new Spotify profile, like I said, which is just Ye, no more Kanye. Honestly, I'm really surprised that this didn't even happen sooner. So yeah, this is going to be weird to see, having to go back and forth between profiles, but it is what it is. And a lot of people thought this was fake at first, but Dave Bluntz posted this himself in his Discord to announce it, as well as posting on Instagram with the lyrics in the caption.
Well, that's good. The fuck? Oh, well, Dave Blunt, fucking altul în care a bucuit doar pentru că era, să zicem, cu moase mari. Și pentru că a făcut o piesă de căcat. Da, nu, deci piesa n-are cum să fie reală. Iar zicea, n-a mai făcut un live de I can't put down a cup, can't put down a cup.
God, we are so cooked. We are so cooked. Kanye went from working with Jay-Z and Cardi and Travis and all these different legends to using a Dave Bluntz reference to talk about Epstein's Island and Hitler in a song. Now, I'm sure because of this, Bully will now release on this Spotify/Apple Music profile as well, instead of his main one. We're really in a completely new era with this. This is truly the separation between Kanye and Ye. And no, I didn't forget about it. What the fuck is that cover? Bully will be good. Bully will be good. Bully will be good. We're cooked. Now, speaking of Bully, I'm sure most of you know that Bully version 1 dropped the other day by Kanye, and this was up all over YouTube, Apple Music, on his old account, Twitter, and honestly, let's just say how it is, it officially released. At least his first version, like I said, that actually came from a few months ago. I've talked about it in my other videos, but Ye already said that this track list was going to be changed and this isn't the final version of the album, obviously. One of the biggest examples being Cardi getting taken off of Melrose. Well, now the album has been taken down on all platforms, completely deleted on YouTube after going #1 trending. Same on Apple Music. And this happened a few days ago, but I figured I'd still talk about it because this is pretty big. Despite all of the things that Kanye has said over the past month and a half, it was low-key performing pretty well before it got deleted. And there was a pretty positive response overall too from the fans, which honestly makes sense because the production, like Ye or not, is there. It's good. And he already said that he's going to be taking all the AI vocals off of this album. So I don't know, it makes sense. You go up to any person in real life and ask them about Kanye, and honestly, they don't really give a fuck about what he said. When like they should care like a little bit. Like obviously, like I can tell you, like Kanye probably isn't a good person from what he said, but the music objectively is still good. Now, there's a bunch of different reasons that this could have been deleted, and this happened, especially with all of the samples that Kanye was illegally using on this album. The biggest example of this, and the one that stings the most, is obviously the sample war of highs and lows, which we've been talking about for a while now. French artist Pame, fuck you. Nah, I'm kidding. The song is pretty gas, but sometimes my emotions get the better of me, you know? She has the right to do that. But she didn't want to clear the sample, then someone snitched on Ye. It's just been a disaster from the start with this song. So that could be a pretty big reason on why everything got taken down. I'm not gonna lie, if Ye was getting totally blackballed, all of this stuff would have gotten deleted a lot earlier, so I don't think this is the industry. Ooh, scary. But along with the possibility of this getting taken down due to sample clearances, Kanye also could have just taken it down himself. Discovered by Good Ass Sub was that when you visit the link of the original YouTube video, it takes you to a page that says removed by uploader, which has many people believing that he only removed this because he wanted to, and other theories like how Bully V2 is coming since this was V1. But honestly, I don't think Kanye would have deleted this on his own unless he randomly had an epiphany one day wanting to respect Palm's wishes, which that would be like a totally Kanye thing to do. But realistically, what I could assume happened is Kanye got a cease and desist from Palm and UMG and had to take down the album. There's literally no other reason why this would have been taken down besides Kanye just doing it himself, which could have been a possibility, but yeah. Now, along with this whole situation, Kanye is currently fighting other sample wars while doing the highs and lows one, getting sued for the older songs song Gun to My Head. So that samples the song Blindside by Alice Merton. I can't play either in the video because of copyright, but if y'all want to listen to that, you can go to my Discord, link in the description. Gun to My Head with Ty and Cudi is an older and pretty popular leak from the Vultures era, so comment if you guys still need that. But honestly, him getting sued for this and trying to clear it, this isn't going to pop up now from months ago. We would have heard about it. This could totally mean that there's a possibility that Kanye is trying to clear Gun to My Head for DSPs. Maybe he wants to put this track on Bully. I mean, it is a very, very good song, I won't lie, and I think it would fit. But once again, due to the sample, I'm pretty sure it's cooked. Sue for a song that hasn't even been released on streaming. I guess it came on the Vultures 2 Deluxe when they were selling those digital albums, so I bet that's where the lawsuit is coming from. Bro, we're so down bad with the sample clearances at this point that we're getting sued for songs that aren't even out. It's over. And this brings up the conversation, will Kanye be able to get anything cleared from people who aren't close with him or admire his work, especially with Bully being such a sample-heavy album? I'm sure most of you have listened and realized this as well. So yeah, I truly don't know where to go here for Ye. Even if he issues an apology for everything he said, trying to get these samples cleared, it's not going to be taken seriously at all. Like, we're totally off the deep end at this point. I think the only way Ye can kind of bounce back from all of this is simply just dropping a really great album, a classic, to kind of make people forget. Even then, unless this is just classic on classic on classic, people like the Melon are still obviously going to not objectively judge the music, which it shouldn't matter what they say at all because music is subjective. Who cares if some old bald divorce guy doesn't like the album? But I don't know. I just hope we see some sort of success story with Bully because it's not looking good with this sample stuff. Now, I'm sure most of you have noticed that Kanye has been pretty quiet lately, and that is because, like I said in my last video, he is back in Japan. And there actually was a TMZ article that spoke to people close to Ye, and it has a lot of great info in it, so let's go through it. They say that Kanye has already calmed down a ton after being in Japan and basically uses it as a place to decompress. After that, in the TMZ article, they speak about how LA is a trigger for Ye, which totally makes sense as well. Like, he was hospitalized there, his mom died there, just a ton of traumatizing stuff for him, so it's probably not good for his mental space to be in California. And that in Japan, he feels disconnected and calm. They also say that Bianca is there with him as well, which, to be honest, Bianca is a total enabler for all of the batshit crazy stuff that Kanye has said. So I don't even know if that's good news personally, but we'll have to just wait to see how that plays out. The rest of the article just goes through all the crazy tweets, but it's really good to see that Ye is back in Japan and the crash out is done. I'm just still not ready for when he arrives back in the States and we get that first tweet that just says like, "I'm back, you motherfuckers." And then just something like extremely offensive after that no one would ever say. Kanye is not real, bro. And Kanye's silence is still going on as this video is being made. This article is a few days old, so hopefully he just locks in and we actually get a good Bully rollout. We still have interviews coming from him and Andrew Tate and him and Academics. That's probably not good for the rollout. And they were supposed to release yesterday as of recording, but they're still not here, so maybe we'll just never see those. And not that June 15th, which is the official date for Bully, is close. I don't know if it will stay that way. It probably won't, but that's going to be interesting for sure to see if Kanye sticks to that and has some type of traditional rollout with this album, especially with that new single dropping on the new Spotify profile. Will Kanye even be able to do arenas in the US? Are they going to let him? It's really just a matter of time to see what he does for this rollout and what he's going to be allowed to do, especially legally, with, like I said, performances and samples. Comment your opinion on everything in today's video. Let's have a conversation about this album because...
Ok, so... din nou o să fac eu outro ăsta de 40 minute sau... Dar nu, de data asta nu. Așa că vă las direct și vă spun la revedere. A, da, și să nu